Hello there and welcome to a brand new lesson. This is Happy on Numbers where we learn maths the easy way. In this playlist, we'll be looking at the BECE 2026 questions. We'll only look at the section B part. Now, this is going to be the format of the lessons. For each and every question, I would first of all explain the concept you need to know before answering the questions. We then answer the questions, and then at the latter part, I would give some exercises that are related to the question. I'll just change some of the values so that you try on your own to test your understanding. With each and every lesson, if you prefer to quickly go straight to the questions, you can always look at the timestamps and then move straight to the question. But it will be advisable for you to understand the concept before starting to solve the question. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify prime numbers within a given set of integers. Secondly, you should be able to understand what it means for a number not to be prime. And then you should be able to calculate the probability using the formula P equals favorable outcome all over total outcome. Without much ado, let's quickly look into it. So just as I said, let's look at the key concept. What is a prime number? When we say a number is prime, what do we mean? So a prime number is simply a number that is greater than 1 and has exactly two factors. And these two factors we are talking about, it is 1 in itself only. It cannot be divided evenly by any other number except 1 in itself. So as an example, if we take 7, what are the factors of 7? The numbers that you can multiply to get 7 are just 1 and then 7. You see, so because it has just two factors, we call it a prime number. Okay. Now, there are some key facts you need to know. 1 is not a prime number because 1 has only 1 as a prime, as a factor. We are saying it should have two factors. It has only 1. And one key interesting fact is of all the even numbers we have, it is only 2 that is a prime number. Any other even number you have will be divisible by 2. You see? And then when a number is not a prime number, we call it a composite number. So if you take 4, for instance, what are the factors of 4? We have 1, we have 2, and then we have 4 itself. This here are more than 2. Hence, it is a composite number. So we will need this concept to solve the very first question. The next concept we need is the probability formula. So talking of probability, you can go to my playlist to check all that I've done on it. We have the theoretical probability and the experimental probability. But for what we are going to do here, we would stick to this. The probability of an event is simply the number of favorable outcomes. When we talk of favorable outcomes, that is the event you are interested in all over the total number of outcomes. That is the sample space. You have to take note that the probability of an event is always between 0 and 1. Probability of an event always between 0 and 1. And for the extremes, which are 0 and 1, if the probability is equal to 0, then it means the event cannot happen. And secondly, if the probability is equal to 1, then it means it is certain. Whatever you do, that event would actually take place. Now that we know these concepts, let's solve the question. So question number 1a says we are given k, and k has elements 1, 2, 3, then we have these 3 dots and it ends at 11. The first one says we have to list the prime numbers in k. And secondly, find the probability that a number selected at random from set k is not prime. So how do we proceed to answer this question? Now, you should take note that when it comes to the BECE marking scheme, we mark not only your answer, but then we mark with your solution. That is the method you use, your procedure you use to get your answer. So the first thing you should do even before starting is to list out the elements in K in full. Our K is simply what? 1. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 11. Now that we have this, we can now proceed to solve the question. It says you have to list the prime numbers in K. So a prime number, as we have said, is a number that has only 2 factors. 1 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number because we said it has the factor 2 and then 1. 3, what are the factors of 3? 3 and then 1. It also has only 2 factors. Then we come to 4. 4 has the factors 1, 2, and then 4 itself. That is not 2. So we then say it's not a prime number. Let's then come to 5. What are the factors of 5? For 5, there is only 1 and 5 itself. You see? Then we come to 6. 6 has the factors 1, 2, and then 3, and 6 itself. So it is not prime. We come to 7. 7 has the factors 1 and then 7 only. 8 has 4, 2, 1, and 8. 9 has 1, 3, then 9. 10 has 1, 2, 5, and 10. What of 11? 11 has got just 2 factors, that is 1 and itself. So with all this, we can then say that the prime numbers in K are then going to be what? Those that I have labeled. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, and then 11. That is all. You see, so that is all for your marks. Then we come to the second question. It says you should find the probability that a number selected at random from the set K is not prime. It is not prime. So for those that are not prime, they are those that are in white now. You see, so we should first of all write them out as a set. So we can say the elements in K that are not prime. So for elements in K that are not prime, we have 1, then there is 4, there is 6, there is 8, there is 9, and then there is 10. And we actually want the probability. Remember the probability formula. It says the number of favorable outcomes. In this case, the favorable outcomes we are talking about are those that are not prime, all over the total number of outcomes. You see, or in other words, the probability of an event is equal to what? The number of elements in the event all over the number of elements you have as the sample space. So we can say the number of elements in this event, that is this event you are talking about, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6. And then the number of elements we have in the sample space, this here is our sample space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11. It simply implies that the probability of our event, and we know the event we are talking about, the elements in K that are not prime. So that is going to be equal to a 6 over 11. And that is all. You see, so you can then conclude by saying, therefore, the probability that a number selected at random from the set K is not prime is 6 over 11. And that is all. You see, so what have we achieved so far? We've been able to determine what makes a number prime, what makes a number composite, and also calculate probabilities. I'll leave you with some exercises so you try on your own just to test your understanding on what we've done so far. So here you have 5 questions based on what we've done, and you should pause the video and then attempt them before moving to the next question. At the start of the next question, you'd have your answers and you can always compare to check your solution. Just have beyond numbers where we learn maths the easy way. If there's any issue of concern, you can always let me know at the comment section. When I'm notified, I'll address that for you. See you in our next lesson where we consider question number 1B. Bye for now and do stay safe.